let us proceed further.
Okay.
See, now one important point I will tell you today, because that is also bit important as far as data is considered. Okay, see, there is something called time constraint in HR. Okay, I will tell you that one second. SM30 T582A, that is what I think V underscore it is. See display. Yeah, see, there is something called time constraint. See, I will open. See, these are the different type of info types available in the system. So that the table is T582A. Okay, that is the table where you will get all the info types available in the system. Okay, now if you take any info type, okay, say for example 000, so you will find, see, explain in the beginning, no, those things you will find it here. For example, the name of the module, the structure is this, database table is this,
Hold on,
database.
Venkat,
Yeah,
is this being recorded?
one second. This, yeah, it is getting recorded. Okay,
Thank you.
it is recording. Okay, yeah. Now if you see here, one important point, any database info type, any info type you take, you will come across with one important thing called time constraint. Can you see this? Time
Yep.
constraint.
Yep.
So this is very, very important, because what are these things, how actually it is going to impact, because this is going to impact the way that you are going to store the information in your system. Okay, see, time constraint 1 means there will not be any overlap. For example, if a if an employee joins an organization, okay, until and unless the way of going out, I'm saying, either he is going to get retired, or he resigned, or he is going to terminate. Anyone, if any one thing happens, then only there will be end point for that employee, otherwise there is no end. So that means, as per as service, if you consider for that employee in a particular organization, there will not be any breakups. Once he joins, either he needs to quit, he needs to resign, or he needs to retire, or whatever it may be. So that is where actually, no, there will not be any overlaps, or there will not be any gaps. Okay, so that is, whenever you are having such requirement, then you are going to take constraint as 1, time constraint as 1. Okay,
Okay.
fine. So second one, if you see second one, record may include gaps but no overlappings. That is the time constraint 2. Okay, say for example, now you take one employee. See, employee is, he has given some address. When he joins the organization, he has given an temporary address. Okay, when after a certain time he will change to a permanent address, right? So what happens here, there is no overlapping, but where the time period that he stayed in the temporary address will be one period. After that, immediately he is going to occupy the next period. So at the same time, he cannot stay in both the addresses, right? So there is no overlapping. Overlapping is ruled out, it is not possible, right? This is the second one. What is the third one? Overlap is there and gaps also there. Okay, see, what is this overlap and gaps means? See, now take simple example, just I will give simple example. See, take one employee. See, this employee is actually working in this organization. Now organization is providing some sort of education leave. So what happens, employee is going to opt for a higher education. So at that point of time, he cannot do both the things, so he needs to take a break, or there will be a gap in the service for him. Am I right? There will be
Yes.
a gap because he cannot actually attend the office because he is going to do the studies. Okay,
All right.
correct.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, his service is also not discounted, right? His service will continue. Okay, his service will continue, but the education and as far as service is considered, there will be a gap. Sorry, as far as service is considered, now there will be a gap because during the education period, he actually cannot serve the company. So there is a gap in his service, right? There is a gap, and overlap is also going to happen because same time he is doing service as well as study. Service here in the sense what, he is applied leave, but he is active employee of the organization, correct? No, he is active employee, but he is doing study. So in these cases you will be going for 3 as the what do you say, time constraint. Okay, then you are having A B C that is nothing but A means just like 1. Whenever you are going to create any employee, by default system will give one A constraint for that. You cannot change that record. Okay, you cannot change. So by default system will assign begin date. Big da means begin date, which is nothing but 1800. End date will be 31/12/99999. So this is one more time constant. There is no gap at all. That's it. Once he joins, he will be like that. For example, your salary. So once you join, every day you will get salary till the end, right? Whether you are working in one state today, or you have been moved to some other state, or you have been moved to somewhere else, or you are working as a trainer, then you have been made permanent employee, then you have been become a supervisor, then manager, whatever it may be. But ultimately every month you are going to get salary. There is no break in that. Am I right? so, so in such cases we will going for this constant A. Okay, similarly BTZ. Okay, just let us not get too much confusion there. So one by one we will see. But time constant, why actually I brought this topic today is time constant. There is some concept called time constant, based on which your way of storing record will change. That is why I brought this concept. Okay, time constant is going to play important role, and this time constant will be allocated. I mean, say every info type that is available in the system will have one or the other time constant. Just remember this. This is actually no need for us to get in-depth stuff, but there is something called time constant concept we need to remember. Okay, this
Okay.
is what first I wanted to explain you. Next, come back. So let us go to our program what we have created. See now, let us try to do some important activities. Yeah, whether we have written everything. Loop at IT1, say this is not actually required. This I will explain, you know. Before that let us go to say /OPA30. Let us see any employee is available. Let us take one employee. I'm taking 5 as the employee. Okay, let us go to his personal data. What is available? Change mode or display mode, you can go. What are the things available? See now, if you see, these are the information which is available for us. Okay, then come here. Any addition? Yeah, addresses, any address is maintained. Let us see the address display. So there is no address maintained. Okay, no address maintained. So any multiple records? So why actually I'm saying, just we can take one simple example, one data, and we can actually do the activities. That's it. See, if you click this, if you are having multiple records, it will show. So only one record is there for this fellow. Okay, let us create one address for him. So let us say what type of address, whether it is no subtypes exits, they have not defined. So let us create one permanent address, say create. See, simply just for this thing, it is a permanent address, street number, everything we need to give. Say I will say some India, okay. Street number 2. See, we need to maintain proper data. Just a second line is say, for example, uh, Delhi something I will write. Mm, Postal code say 60088, something like that, and city is Delhi. Okay. Then region all. See, where whichever is this thing I will give India. It is I will give India. So save it. So this is one address, that is this is the permanent address. See, now there is one more concept in our HR, that is called subtype. Subtype means, see, now you take address is the main info type. Okay. See, 0006 is the main thing. So now if you see addresses can be multiple. For example, I am having a temporary address, I am having a permanent address, I am having some emergency address, right? Address remains same, but I am having 3 different categories, correct? So those things you can actually create here. For example, if you click it down, you will find all those things: permanent address, temporary, home address, that address, there's so many things. So let me create one temporary address for this guy. So I have created permanent as well as temporary. You can give from today itself. So I will give, say, Bombay. That's it. I will not give fill out all the required. Okay, same thing I will give here also. Bombay, enter. It is done. Save. See, now for this particular employee I am having 2 addresses. If I want to see all the address, just click this. So I will get 2 temporary address. One more is not saved or what? I have not given the start date, that's why it is giving that error. Okay, no problem. Set. So now if I come and check the overview, can you see we are having 2 address for one person. Okay. Next, what I will do, I want to fetch this information in my system. So now if I come here, if you see, one more important point I will tell you, this actually I wanted to introduce you today only. See, now I wanted to fetch the text, right? For that, what I did, I have written this here, loop it. So generally there is no need for us to do in this fashion. Instead of that, this information directly I can write it in the get partner. Okay. So see here, just I am passing it, get partner. Select single this bugs from this, where this is equal to this. Now this burks is available where? This burks is available in your P00 or partner, I will say partner dash this, and let us see that partner. Check. Yeah. By the way, I think you're able to follow me, right, Tom? What I'm doing, or I'm going a bit faster?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah. See, what actually I did is, no need for us to write separate select statement outside the end of selection. The reason is, whenever I am going to get the information from the get partner, so get partner and end of selection is a loop basically. What it is going to do is, it is going to get to your PNP logical database, and it is going to extract the information. Once I got the information, based on this, what are the additional information that you want, directly we can write the select statement just by passing the information that it is going to fetch here. So in one single shot, I can get my requirement as well as the standard SAP which is providing. So if you write it here unnecessarily, it may lead to confusion. Okay, this is one point. So that is why what I did, I have changed it here. So check this once, activate this, execute. So let us give partner as 5. It was there. Let us see whether he is. Let me execute what are the different only partners. Okay, fine. See, we are having 2 3 6 something, but what about 5? I don't know why it has not come. Let us add 5. It is not coming. Let us see that. One point. Second important point, let us come to selection screen now. In the selection screen, this is the standard selection screen provided by SAP. If required, we can modify the selection screen as per our requirement, which we will see bit later, not today. Now in this selection screen, based on your requirement, you are going to select this today, up today, current month, from all those things. Plus there is something called other period. Under other period, you are having data selection period and person selection period. Data selection period is nothing but the data selection period means it is going to do the filter based on the data that you are going to select. Okay, person selection period means this is going to filter based on the employee. That is the difference between your data selection period and person selection period. If you are going to select data selection period, see for example, I will give say from 16 to till date. For example, I am saying. So this is going to get the information within that period. Okay. Now if I give the person selection period, say for example, same thing I will give. And I will remove this. If I execute this now, you may get the same amount of result or you may get less, because now it is depending on the person selection. For example, just to demonstrate this, now okay, once let me execute. Let us take 2. 2 is the person. Okay, let me go to PA30. I will give 2. So this 2 go to personal data display. See this 2 changed on this. Okay, one second. Let us see the overall period. 16 to here, up to here is available. So I will say 2088 for example. Okay, 2018. Instead of 1312, I will make it as 1301. Save it, come back. Now again say display. It will not accept like that. Assignment 002. Okay, we need to have see, basically what I want to demonstrate is, if this person is available in this area, for example, if why it is not reducing. Save is not allowing. Okay, go to actions once. Create high instead of hiring. What I will do, I will make him as internal promotion, emotion. Nothing is there. Okay, we will say transfer. Save it. Reason for action is transfer. Say date of hiring. They have not configured it properly, looks like. Okay, something has happened. Perfect. So now if I come to personal data of this fellow, if I execute, so it is now not reflecting. Okay, okay, we'll see that later. Okay, because it is not reflecting for me, it will take some time. Let us wait for that. Fine. See, first step is this. What I did is I could able to extract the information like this. Now what is my requirement? My requirement is I want to get the information about address. I want to get information about address. See, now if you go and see, I will put a breakpoint here, just you can see that. Activate this ones. If you see here F8, so just okay, just execute. Let us see what happens. See, by default, whenever you are going to provide any info type here, internally system will create an internal table for those info types. Just you need to mention the name of the what is that info type with P0006, for example. So if you open this, see, it is a internal table basically. Can you see this? This is an internal table which internally system will create. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So for each and every employee, you will have that internal table. Okay. So let me do like this so that we can see number of records available there. Only one.
Okay, that's for each and every info type that you
Yeah.
define in the.
Even yeah. See, whatever info type you are going to mention. For example, one again internally system will create one internal table, header as well as internal table. This is how actually system will do the activity. Okay. Now unfortunately, why 5 is not coming, I don't know. 5 is
Yeah.
not coming. Yeah, because in 5 I created addresses. So what I
Yes.
will do, I will try to create similar address for 6. 6 is coming. So go to PA30. So that is important because I will tell you why actually that is very important means. See, now one means permanent address. I will say create, nothing is there. So from, I will say 17. Okay, I will say from permanent address is say from 16. Okay, from today only we will give, and let us see. Enter, enter, save it. Save is very important. Then I will take one more, say temporary address, and I will say create, and this is from 17 to yesterday. I mean say 18. Instead of 18, what I will make it as say 17, and take this information, control C, and I will delimit. That means he is available up to 05.05.2018, and here I will say it is Bombay, something like that. Enter, save it. So now if you go and see, there will be two records. It is the hell. From here to here, I think it is not saving fast. We are fast. Save it. Yeah. Yeah. See, now if you see, start date is Bengaluru something. Yes. Permanent address and permanent address.
Oh, you got to hit save twice.
Somehow either it is saying that or that. I don't know what is. Acha, we'll do one thing. Let us not give anything here. Say go to this. Yeah, it is. That's what is the problem. Okay, anyways, we got 4 records, which is fine. So now you see what happens. It is personal number 6. Okay, I will come back. I will execute, but this time let me give only 6. Hopefully it may work. Yeah, it is coming. Now this is what I wanted to show you. Say if you come to your P006, okay, in P006 actually you can find 4 records. That means what? Whenever you are going to mention in front of info types any number, by default system will create one internal table with that. Okay, this
Okay.
is clear. Now
Yes.
what is our requirement? My requirement is I want to actually display subtype 1 means what? It is permanent. Subtype 2 means it is temporary. I want to display the latest or last record. I want to display this record. Okay, so if this is our requirement, then what I will do, I will copy this as it is, control C, execute, come back. So here if you give the information 0505, okay, 05.05.2018, and here I will say 31.12.999. So that means what? Now we are using the data selection, and if I say execute, now you see what happens in the system. I mean say in the internal table. So in the internal table, system will pick all the 4 records. However, what is our requirement? I want to actually display this. So if you want to get this particular information, we will be using something called macros. We will be using something called macros. How to use macro? What is the syntax to use macro? I will show you now. So now I want to get on which particular info type you want to get that information. You are going to write that RP provide. See what is this macro? Macro is just like a subroutine. For this subroutine already SAP has written the code. Simply we need to mention the name of the macro so that it will get executed. The syntax for that is RP. See, we are having a number of macros. Okay, please remember. Last means get the latest record. What I need to do, syntax is you need to pass the info type number. Then if you are having any subtype, pass subtype. Then big da, that is date and end. This is the syntax that we are going to follow whenever you are going to extract the information from any what do you say this info type which is having multiple information. So how to write that now? RP, just I am converting it now. RP provide from last. What is my info type? My info type is P0006, right? Subtype is 1. Then what is big da? Big da enda, I will say commit this. I will activate and I will show you what is your big da enda. Execute. See, now actually I am going to extract information based on this particular field. So what is this field? I need to check the field. Press F1, go to here. So the name is PNP Big Da. Can you see this?
Yes.
Take this PNP Big Da. Similarly, the other one will be PNP Enda. So this information now you need to pass. Where you need to pass? In that macro. So subtype is 1. Then what is Big Da? Big Da is this. Enda is Enda. See, just you need to understand one thing. Big da Enda, these all are actually the German people. They have decided why they have written all the begin date, end date. They could have given very well. They have given big da Enda. We are also following the same thing. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So just activate this now. Some edit. In some error, it is saying what is that error? RP provide from last. There is a underscore. So it is not underscore. Please remember hyphens. All are hyphens. That's why it has given the error. Okay, it is hyphens, not underscores. Okay, activate. See, now anyhow I have put a breakpoint. Yeah, it is there. I will execute. See, my requirement is I want to get 0505 2018. That record I want 3112 99999, and the partner is say for example 6. If I execute this now, let us see what happens. So what is your PNP big da? It has picked from your screen. What is PNP enda? It has picked from the screen. Now if you go and see your P006, as usual you will have 4 records. The moment you execute this particular macro, what happens? See, what is your big da? 553112. Okay, 553112, where it is available, this is that record. Am I right? By default, what system will do? System will pick this record by default. The last record always it will pick. But now what we are doing? We are asking the system to pick that record which falls under this particular cadre, right? So if you see that, if you go to your header line, it is okay, fine. Just press F5 and see what happens here. Here you will not get anything. Just say P006 P0006 hyphen what is that we are having? Partner name. We want big da enda and yeah, big da enda. I need to give, that's it. Big da. Now if you see, big da has become this. Previously the big da will be the last one. I will show you that also. Execute, come back again execute. Now come here, P006 big da. What is that? See here, this, right? And what is your big da basically? See, if you come and check, See, the last record big data value is this. Just come and check whether it is the last record. Big data. Can you see? It is last record.
Okay.
Right? Once you execute this particular statement, based on the date range that you have provided, system will automatically bring that information. Now you see this big data date will change. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So that means what? If I want to get the latest record, then I will be going for from last. Similarly, if you want to get the first record, then you are going for something called first. I will show you that now. Okay, execute. So now you can write it. Basically here we can write that information, first record and last record, right? It is so I will simply say big data P0006 dash big data end. End. Okay, so I have captured these two, then just I need to write it here in the same fashion, comma s underscore 1 hyphen big data is equal to P0006 dash big data, then s underscore 1 hyphen end is equal to P0006 dash end. Just put a full stop here and not put. Okay. Once this is done, now I need to write the information, right? Simply I will come here and I will say s underscore 1 dash big data, comma s underscore 1 dash end. So now I am capturing the information of begin and end which we have provided, right? So activate this. Now next is what I want to write one more macro. Instead of first record, I want to capture the instead of last record or latest record, I want to capture the first record. So for that, what I will do, I will simply say RP provide from first. Okay, RP provide from first is the name of the from FRST first. Okay, it is only 4 character. So just we will give the 4 character. Let me check. FRST, I think so. Then as usual, P1236. This time I will give 2 means what? Temporary address. Same thing. PNP big data, PNP end. So what this will do, now this is going to fetch me the first record. Okay, so activate this.
First temporary record.
Temporary record. So now we need to check what is the date field. So for temporary, this is the temporary, it is 5 or both are same. Okay, anyhow, if both are same, it will fetch the first record only. Okay, let us see what happens now. 07 and here it is, I will say 31 12 9999. Say give the employee number as 6, execute. So we are here F5. Now if you see our P006, so actually now since both are same, it will fetch one record. So I will say big data. It is this. If I execute this, it won't change because same range I have given there also. That's why it is not changing, right? If there is a difference in the date ranges, then it will change. Okay, clear this point, Tom?
Yes.
Okay, one more important point. See here, execute. Sure. Put a breakpoint. Execute. 05, and this one is this. See, this is important because generally you will use this particular statement every time. Say F6. See, there is something called NPSW found. Yeah, see, now in our normal ABAP, if you just recall your normal ABAP, what we will do whenever you are going to use any read statement or whenever you are going to use any select statement, we will write something like size sub RC, right? If size sub RC is equal to 0, correct? No?
Correct.
Similarly, when actually you are going to read this macros and other stuff, you need to check this PNPSW found. If the record is available, then the value will be set to 1. If the record is not available, then it will set to 0 or something like that. Okay. See, now for example, since for this particular date range, I am having data for 2, correct? That is why I could able to get 1. So now what I will do, I will simply say 19 here. So there is no such record available during this period. So if I execute now, so let us see what is that PNPSW found F6. See, previously it was 1 because the value was there. Now it is 0 because there is no such value. Correct?
Correct.
That's all. So now how to check this? This is fine. Whatever you did is perfect. So how to do this in the system? So what we will do, we will simply come here. Say for example, here I will Control X. I will come here. Here I will put my if condition. Say for example, if PNP hyphen SW hyphen found is equal to 1, put this and if. So now what happens, until and unless the value is identified, then only it will come, otherwise it will not come. This is one way. Okay, this point is clear. So now if I execute, so
Quick question.
yeah,
With regular ABAP, size sub RC comes in a table for a system table for every program run. Is that the same here?
Yeah. See,
HR?
you will have, you will have. See, but here, since we are using a special programming technique called macros, now if you execute this RP provide, so this is going to get executed. So always size sub RC will be 0 only for you. So if you check the size sub RC, then it may lead to some wrong interpretation. So now specifically you are actually working on this macros. At that point of time, if you are going to use this PNPSW found, then you will get the right result. For example, see here, I am going to execute as it is. Say 6, execute. See, now you see here, your size sub RC will be there. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. See here, F8. Size sub RC is 0. Can you see this?
Yes.
Size of our C is 0. Can you see here?
Correct.
Size of our C is 0 because it is getting executed properly. But actually the result is wrong. There is no result. If you see here, it is 0. That means this statement, even though executed, the output has not come.
I see. Okay.
If you check size subarsi, what happens? As per our normal ABAP paste bus, this is perfect. You can go ahead, right? That will
Yes.
give wrong result. So that is
Okay.
why generally we don't touch size subarsi when actually you are going to deal with macros.
All right. So that PMP SW found is just a past parameter.
Absolutely. Just you can say it is just like our size subarsi. So when
Right.
actually, so similarly in ABAP HR we are having this PNP SW found.
All right.
Yeah. Now my requirement, I will tell you. See, my requirement is I want to display all the address. I want to display all the address of the employee. Then what to do? So getting my point? I want to display all the addresses. So then what we need to do? At this point of time, we are going to use something called provide statement. Like your select statement, here we are going to use provide statement. Okay. Again in provide, what are the things you want that you can mention within the range? Okay. PROVIDE provide star from P0006, okay, between what? Between PNP bigda, because that is what I am going to do, bigda PEGDA and PNP enda, and this is going to behave like loop statement. You need to provide and provide. Okay, so now what I will do, I will simply add this here. See, now I should get for the same employee, I am going to add the result. Append. I am appending. So all the records will get appends. Let us see how it works now. Execute. Now execute. See now what happens for this provided PNP. Let us see. See, this is fine. Now we are in the provide statement. In the provide statement, based on this data, it has to fetch the information, right? P0006. So how many information is satisfying this? So if you see here, this is going to say most of the stuff is going to satisfy. Let us see how it works. So I will take bigda and enda here. So first what it is going to bring, so it has brought the first record, it is getting appended. So let us see again. So again it is bringing one more record. Can you see that provide
Yes.
and provide is going to play the role of loop statement in your like loop statement? Okay,
All
see,
right.
again see, I think I should have committed this. Anyways, execute. See now you see for the same person address is available for me. Say actually you need to get additional information of the address, like where he is staying, street number, that number, this number, because here just I have provided the date. So instead of that, frankly speaking, you should provide the information like where, what is the address, what is the pin code, where he stays, all those things we need to bring. So if you want to see those things, those information is also available here. Simply what you need to do is you need to see P006, that's it, nothing else. All the information it will fetch. enter. See, if I open this, you can see all the information. See, partner is there, info type is there, subtype, then big da, end da, sequence number, start date, who is the creator. We have not maintained any information, that is why we are not able to see here anything. See, now something is there. See, now at least we can mention this city, right?
Right.
Yeah, you can mention, and country you can mention, all these things we can do. So basically what in HR, what happens ultimately in HR, we want to get the information as much as possible, not in the form of text. I mean, say not in the form of no numbers. It should be in the form of texts. Okay, that is what is most important in HR, because nobody will understand if I print. What is that? Say for example, your company code is 1000. If you print 1000, people will not understand what is 1000. God knows. So in front of 1000, what is that? Description of 1000. Company code description of 1000 is what that we need to print. Similarly, sub areas, area, personal area. So they want a description. Okay, that is what is required in your ABAP HR. Fine. So this is what actually I wanted to cover today. See, if you remember here, or if you see here, today we have covered some important aspects like what is macro, why actually we need macro. Macro is a simplified programming technique, nothing but reusable entity, that is reusable component. No need for us to create any macros. We are going to use the existing available macros. SAP has provided a number of macros. The more frequently used macros are RP provide from last and RP provide from first, because these are the two important macros which will give the first record and the latest record. Okay, the syntax for this will be RP provide from first or last, then you need to pass the info type number, then if it is having any subtype you need to pass, then you need to pass the begin date and end date. These things you need to pass. Once you are able to do this, then system will pick the right record for you. One thing. Then we have seen provide end provide. A provide and end provide is going to play the role of a loop statement, and it is going to pick the information from the info type and we can use it. Okay, that is another important thing. And also we have seen the equivalent of size abarc, that is PNPSW found. Okay, that also we have seen, right? So these are minimum things generally we will use. Okay, in any HR ABAP program, if you go, these are the minimum things we will use. And also within get and put partner, if it is a simple single select text, then directly I can write that select statement within the get partner and end selection. What is partner, by the way? Get partner is nothing but your root node of your LDB, right? Partner is nothing but your root node of your LDB. That is why we have declared it as tables. Fine. Is it okay?
Yes.
You are able to follow me?
Yes.
Yeah. So what we will do going forward, see, now you can, to be honest with you, based on the requirements you can start pulling some reports in HR, like from personal administration 40 to 0999. So you can access any information from any info type. Okay, only thing what you need to remember here is get partner, and which info type provides you the information, that name you need to give it here. That's it. Once you are able to get it, then you can pull any information in personal administration. One point. Second point, preferably, this is the preferred one in HR. Always we are going to display the information in ALV as much as possible. Okay, as much as possible, because by default we will get lot of additional features and functionalities in this. Fine.